Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Pole Father, and it only takes one. We are back. I got a very interesting video for everyone today. I felt like I did the right thing in the grand scheme of things, but I also kind of pretty sure I just lost an employee, and that just adds more strain and headache to my life. But anyway, so in the card world, I'm known as the Pole Father, but in the real world, I work a job. Well, I'm a business owner and have employees and so forth like that. So here and there. My wife and I going through our thing with our child right now in the NICU, but we tend to make small talk with some of our employees. See how everyone's doing, hope everyone's doing well, and so forth like that. And I overheard one of my employees talking about how they recently went to their safety deposit box and pulled out their rare Charizard. Sure enough, me being the card collector I am, I went over to her and I said, "Oh, you said you had a rare Charizard?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got a really rare, valuable Charizard in my safety deposit box. I think I'm looking to sell it." And I got excited there for a second. I said, "Oh, do you mind telling me what you have?" And she goes, "Oh, yeah, I have a first edition base set Shadowless Charizard." And I said, "Oh, like really?" And she goes, "Yeah, I got it back in the day for such a good deal. And now how much it's worth. I'm really ready to cash it in and kind of, make some changes in my life for the better." So me being me, I said, "Hey, you got a first edition Charizard. Do you mind if I take a look at it?" And she doesn't really know that I collect. A lot of my employees don't. I keep it that way, kind of like my thing. But anyways, so sure enough, I said, "Hey, I'm interested in seeing the card. Can you send me some pictures?" And she said, "Yeah, sure, absolutely." And well, she sent me pictures of her first edition Charizard that she got out of her safety deposit box, and this is actually pretty sad. And this is kind of like my first reaction. I wish I can see everyone's reaction when I show you guys this picture, but I think I'm kind of giving it away. But needless to be said, here you have it. So I'm gonna kind of move this out of the way. But this is the picture my employee sent me here, and I don't even have to say it. If you know Pokemon cards, you already know where this is coming from. This is pretty fake. Pretty fake versus in base set Charizard. And when she sent me a picture of this, the first thing I said to myself was, "Oh no!" And I just kind of scratched my head and I said, "Oh man, like now I feel terrible." One of my employees has a fake versus in Charizard, and I knew. I mean, just by looking at this thing, you can tell it's definitely a fake versus in Charizard. Let alone even the label. A Gold Crown Grading Co. I even googled them to see what it was. It was just completely like whatever for fun, but me being me, I said, "Hey, I said her name. I said, can you send me pictures of the back?" And, well, here, I'll show you guys this right now. Blow it up for you nice and big. And yeah, so as you can tell, this is it's a pretty fake Pokemon card. You can tell by the blue in the background. And needless to say, one of my favorite things I saw was the grading breakdown. This first edition Charizard has a 10 for the edges, 10 for the centering, a 9.5 for the corners, and a 10 surface. If in theory this is true, this is one of the cleanest copies to ever exist in the hobby of the first edition Charizard. And for fun, if you want, you can even scan this QR code and it just comes up with an error. I did it for fun, but yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, so as you can tell, this Charizard is totally fake, and the centering is not even a 10. That's like the funny thing about all this. At least if it's gonna be fake and you're giving fake grades, can you at least like whatever. But anyway, so now I kind of ran to the problem of, oh man, I know something you don't know, and I felt terrible because it's actually one of my employees. So I actually sat on it for a day, and I actually really thought about if I should be the one to come forward and tell my employee, I hate to say it, but essentially be another dream crusher and just kind of say, "Hey, look, your first edition Charizard's fake, and here's why." So, I thought long and hard about it, and I really, really didn't want to do it. I really didn't want to do it, but let alone I did it. I told my employee it was fake. I'll be honest with you, it really wasn't the great. I honestly, if I'd rather I'd rather terminate an employee than honestly telling them that their first edition Charizard's fake. I mean, it was pretty like, I felt terrible. I felt terrible. I felt awful. I felt awful. And just kind of a quick little, here's obviously this is what a fake one looks like. And just for kind of like, I guess, educational purposes, as you can tell, here is actually a real copy of a first edition base set Childish Charizard. As you can tell, the color is much different. Hall foil is much different. Flip on the back. Notice here too, and I'll flip back to it. You see how these blue patterns are here, you know, and everything. If we flip back to it, you can tell by, hang on, we'll kind of do a quick flip here so you guys can see. But notice how right here it's kind of blue. Like, see that kind of blueness right there? And you jump back to the other scene. You see the back; it's so much different. I'll do it again for you guys. Like, even here, even the whole like white swoosh and stuff like that. You know, even for anyone that collects modern cards, you have enough to look at the back and say, "Hey, this just kind of doesn't look right." Even the holo foil. The holo foil, you know, I mean, look, it kind of even looks like that XY Evolution holo foil, and then you look at a real one, you're kind of going, you know, you see the much of a difference here, the color, the red, and so forth. But so long and behold, I pretty much broke the news. I cracked the ice to my employee. I told him it was fake. She started crying. I apologized to her. Um, I mean, so in the grand scheme of things, my question to you guys is, did I do the right thing? Yes or no? My employee did quit her job, so now I have to find someone to replace to train. And right, yeah. So I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I did a hobby favor. Yes, to do myself a favor. I guess not. I lost an employee, and it sucks. Like, I shouldn't laugh, but yeah, it was pretty crummy. I actually felt really, really, really bad. But that's all I got for this video. Did I do the right thing? Ladies and gentlemen, tell me. I feel like I have a decent reputation in this hobby of, you know, good energy, good vibes. This was the first time ever it was hard for me to actually break the ice to someone and tell them it was fake. Yeah. So I hope I did the right thing in the long run. That's all I got. That's all I can say is there's no beating around the bush. Yeah, this video is just kind of like yikes. So my question to you guys is, did I do the right thing? I don't know. I think I did. But anyways, that's all I got. My employee tried to sell me a first edition Charizard. It was fake, and I had to tell her it was fake, and then she quit. So that's all. Ladies and gentlemen, oh well, that's life. Guess it's on to the next one. Next hobby, next employee. But tune in next time. I got some exciting videos I want to do with you guys. Be careful, guys. There's a ton of fake cards out there. Also, another thing, try and buy from a more reputable grading card company. Gold Crown. I kind of laughed. Yeah, but that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Pole Father. As always, stay safe out there. And as famous as I always say, it only takes one. Excited to see all the new sets coming out. Let's go.